me, there has been, it's me and Dr. V, me, Mark, Dr. V, Dr. Joseph Volpicelli, in my opinion, the number one addiction specialist in the world, and my buddy, and me, Mark Friedman. And we're here. We're glad to see everybody. We're psyched. We got 2-1 already. Hello. And we got to once again have Joe in the background as Mad Max back there, because for some reason the Android upgrade will not talk to Amazon, I'm sorry, to YouTube, and allow us to bring Joe in anymore. So he's Mad Max. You know something? He looks pretty good. He gets
Max Headroom. I'm not Mad Max.
Well, you're both Max Headroom. Man, I know what you are. I like Mad Max too. I mean, he was like, he took over the world. What are you talking about? So they took over the crazy world. So that's a little better. That's my man. So here we go. It's rain. It hasn't stopped raining like crazy. What are we going to talk about today? There's a couple of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about, you saw our description, we're going to talk about the economy, how it's definitely starting to, as it continues working its way down. We're going to talk about the trade war. We're going to talk about the tariffs. We're going to talk about inflation. We're going to talk about what the Fed said today. We're going to talk about President Trump's red line. We're going to just talk about anything we have to talk about, because it's like an old FM station. You know, in the old days, you know, we're old. Everybody says we're old. In the old days, Dr. V, when the FM stations first started, they played everything. It was rock, because it wasn't only so much rock then. It was rock, it was, you know, little jazzy stuff, anything experimental, and they talk and they jive. It was different stuff going on. Well, that's kind of what we do. Unfortunately, ours is all within the Trump world, it appears, because Trump has our world totally put together. And what Trump does is, and he's so good, Dr. V, it's Devo. We're still in the Devo world. De-evolution, going backwards. We're not evolving. We are devolving, becoming snails with little tails. Really simple. That's where it is. Once again, a great, great album. Get the album, listen to the music. I was, you know, Jagger, I understand, loved the Satisfaction version on here. Get it? But this is unfortunately where our world is today as we move forward. But let's look at our economy, because we keep hearing how great the economy is. Have you gone to the store recently? Have you gone to a restaurant recently? You know, your tips are almost as much as what it costs to go to dinner. When you think about it, I mean, it's really crazy with that. I've never seen prices like this. You don't even want to go out. They said, who was it on Kernan? Joe Kernan said he paid $30 at Taco Bell the other day. $30. It wasn't just for him, I'm sure it's for the kids, but $30. I mean, think of, wow, where is this going? You can't tell me that we have inflation under control. Today, the Fed said he's worried. It was the notes, the Fed notes came in. Hi from Moscow, always good to see. So he came in and he said he's worried because he's not sure. The notes say they're not sure with the tariffs what's going to go on, because look at this again. The guy raises the tariffs, the guy drops the tariffs. It's like he's having a game. One day people are going to forget about it. They're not going to listen. He's going to say, it's going to be the sky is falling. We ever heard that story, Joe? After a while, the sky is falling, everybody runs. The sky is falling, everybody runs. All of a sudden, the sky is falling, nobody's listening. We may all get hit by the sky, but nobody's listening at that time. We have a real problem. Well, Biden's not running anything. Nobody's controlling him. Maybe his wife is. Who cares? Biden's not an issue. Kibitzi, Phi, whatever. Wet Noodles, we love you, Wet Noodles. Good to see you. So, but look at that. But here we go. Look at some of these numbers. Incredible. 83,000 people are going to be let off from the VA. Total. 83,000 employees for our veterans. Bye-bye. Doesn't matter. 83,000. As it is, they have enough trouble giving them the service they need. Anybody, I've been hearing people calling the Social Security having nothing but issues. So those people are being laid off. You've got the dollar is like weak as can be. You go out, you want to buy it. Remember, what's so good about a weak dollar? If you want to buy something, your dollar is worth less. The only thing your dollar is worth something is if it's made here. But if it's made here, it probably needs other things added in. There aren't many things made here 100%. So you're going to be paying some type of tariff, and that price just goes up. And then the dollar itself goes down. So if you buy something from from Germany, the price is much higher now. You buy it from any of these countries, China, Japan, the price is much higher now. That's where the prices are. They got raised because not only are there tariffs, but the dollar is worth less. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Now here we are. We go away. Where are we? Let's keep going. We have that coming down. The beautiful bill that the Trumpers are talking about. Oh, isn't it going to be beautiful? $4 trillion they're raising the deficit. $4 trillion. Even Elon Musk is having like a conniptions over it. Elon Musk, who's been running around, Dr. V, going, oh man, let's get SpaceX. You notice his rocket blew up again. He'll make it happen, I suppose. But he's running around saying there's no deficit cuts. Why aren't there deficit cuts? Because you got $4 trillion you're going to be adding to the deficit. Just pumping brakes to the richest people in America now. Yeah, there's more middle class people. There's more lower income people total. So in the end, they get the majority. But the big guys are getting the real cash because you get $70,000, $100,000 on your taxes. The numbers are incredible. We should buy American, but who knows what? It's 100% American. There's almost nothing that's 100% American except our technology or our universities. Why are we getting rid of our universities? Why are we destroying research? You sit there, we have mind control. You got a Trump administration walking in going, I'm taking over Harvard. I don't like what Harvard teaches. I don't like what Harvard researches. Think about it. All this cancer, Joe, all this cancer research out the door. It's done. He doesn't care. He just has to hit them. He hits Columbia. He's hitting others. What's going to happen? This is mind control from the top down. These are the same people who complained that they were censored because certain things they weren't allowed to say on Facebook or something they weren't allowed to say on TikTok. Come on. Bottom line here is simple. We've got a top-down government. This is like a communist government. We have a top-down government. I don't mean to keep going to your face. You look so cute today. We have a top-down government that's telling everybody what to think. That's telling everybody what to learn. That's telling everybody what to buy and you buy it at this school. You're going to buy these kind of professors. This is what you're going to learn, and this is what you're going to do. This is from the top down. Think about it.
Mark, did you see what he wants to do with U.S. Steel?
Yeah.
The Japanese allowed to buy it, but the government has a seat on the board and a golden chair.
It's
Right. Policies.
It's all government. This is communism. This is out and out. God, don't the Trumpers understand this?
For freedom.
Right. Is it MAGA thinking? Where's MAGA? Hey, MAGA, where are you? Think about what's going on. You've got a president who's sitting there pushing through a big, beautiful bill that's going to pump major money to the rich people. You're going to have some money on tips to waiters and people, but how much are they really going to make? How much? Because people are watching how much you're giving on tips now because prices are so incredibly high. It's just crazy. So you got a president who's running around doing that. But let me ask you, who is he helping except himself? Let's look at the world. Let's look at our description. That's what we were saying. We're sitting here with an economy going down. We got inflation going up. We got a trade war going on. And we got a world in conflict. Where is the peace he promised? Did you see him back down to Putin again today, Joe?
Oh, he back down? I thought he was finally standing up to Putin.
Oh no! Now he said
something good about it.
Two more weeks to prove that he isn't peaceful. Now you're talking about what is Trump thinking? It's like he doesn't care that Putin is kicking dirt in his face. You remember the old comic books when we were growing up, and they would say, you're getting the dirt kicked in your face by the big guys. You go up and buy the muscle stuff. Remember, to be able to build up your big muscles so they couldn't kick dirt in your face anymore. I'm really wondering about our president. He's like afraid of Putin. I I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Let me ask you, did Biden back down to Putin? No. Biden took them on. Biden sent the weapons in. Biden put in the money. Biden backed them up. Biden got Europe behind Ukraine. Biden took on Russia. Trump is afraid. I'm really like, this is not what I would expect from Donald Trump. The guy from the WWE goes in and he clotheslines somebody. That's a tough guy, right? He had Hulk Hogan in his convention. Would you expect him to let Putin push him around? He's letting Vladimir Putin push him around. I've never seen anything anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. You know anything? Here we go, the pillow guy. Hey, I'm there. Hey. No. But I'm there. I'm used to that. And the frogs, let me tell you, I got nothing against Kermit. I am so happy that Sesame Street got a deal with Netflix and they're rocking. So I say, Kermit, rock on. And didn't Kermit just give a graduation speech, Joe?
Yeah,
one of the. I heard it was a great one, Kermit. So you go on, Kermit. We love you, baby. Nothing wrong with frogs.
I love frogs.
Hey, we like frogs.
Fishing Planet and frogs.
I don't know
That's what we got today.
Another frog. Here we go. Hey guys, we love you. So you've got this, but it's like people are sticking their heads in the ground because they want to be ostriches. They don't want to hear about what's going on. They don't want to hear about how that $4 trillion, $4 trillion, we're already down like $4 trillion. So they're making like $8 trillion. Think about this. And it's like crazy. You got farmers begging for money. For the grants to be paid, they were guaranteed. You got farmers who can't sell food. You got farmers who can't get out to the fields. You got farmers who put all this money into their farms and really to look out to do investments, and the government has screwed them. What about FEMA? FEMA's not helping people. Let me ask you, North Carolina, remember where it went through back, what was it, in October or September, Joe? The big floods went through. Trump's doing nothing because there's no FEMA. I mean, there's FEMA in name, but what are they doing? Remember, the idea is you got to go to the president, say, please give me a grant, please okay it. The Trump administration is just sitting on it. They're sitting on it. They refuse to let the money out, maybe only in a couple situations. They don't care. And then think about this. This is what's even crazier. If the government is going to stop and cut down on Medicaid and all this other stuff, who's going to have to step into the breach to take care of these people? The states. Who's going to pay the taxes? The people. So what's the difference between paying the taxes to the federal government? They say they're giving it to you, but they're taking it away on the other hand. They're really the ones getting handled. It's horrible. It's horrible. Is your research starting up? Did you hear it happen in the pen? What's going on with research there? Government yanking you there?
Yeah, no, it's a disaster in all the academic institutions. Not only, smart people are being told that they need to teach somewhere else. We can't get foreign students in. The grants are being yanked out. Other contracts are being threatened. It's really a very, very difficult time to be in academia. And, one of the things this country gets right is its academic institutions. We produce a lot of really smart people. And when you add the imports and exports, one of the things you need to consider is that we're exporting intelligence. We're exporting information to people. When we train someone in the United States and they go back to their country of origin, we now have someone has our culture, has our soul, has our passion for things. And that's a great sort of soft diplomacy to have in other countries. And we're giving that up, and we're giving it away for nothing as far as I can tell. And it's been a great source of strength for the United States to be able to train the smartest people all over the world and train them in our way of living. And then they export that back to their own country. And we're giving that up for no good reason.
If I may, Joe, it goes the other way too. These people came to America. They want to live here, these smart people. What do we have against having smart people? When the Russians lost all their smart people, they all took off when they invaded Ukraine. One of the things I loved on one of my videos on Just an American Citizen was the brain drain was coming to the West. We were getting the smart people. Why do we want to push smart people away? Why do we want to push people away who understand other things can come and bring it to us? We can put it together and make it even better. Why do we want to do that? We have Silicon Valley. Nobody else has Silicon Valley. We got the technology. We've always led the world. Why are we destroying what we have? Why do we want to be number 2 or number 3? That's the absolute worst. Why do we want to give up being the greatest country in the world? Why do we want to give up being the greatest research country in the world? Why do we want to give up having the best economy in the world? Why do we want to give up having the strongest dollar in the world? Don't let the Trumpers tell you that a weak dollar is good. It's horrible. It means if you go anywhere, your dollar is worth less than what it was when you went there before, which means you buy less. So not only is food expensive here, if you go anywhere out of the country, you're going to pay even more money there. You can't win doing this. It's like
Europe wants the euro to be the new gold standard, not the dollar anymore, the euro.
Well, they've always wanted that, but they weren't able to do it. But now you got that, and you got the yuan, which is China. And once again, let's get to that point. You know, I've been jumping on that for a while, Joe. When you're the man, everybody wants your currency. They want to trade in your currency. They're willing to lend you money because they know you'll pay it. But now they're looking at us going, why do they want to lend us money? All we're doing is taking money out of their hides. We're coming in and saying, I want big tariffs. I want 30%. I want 50%. I want this. I want that. That's all I want from you. I don't care. You're not my friend. You're nothing. That's all I want. What do you expect people to do? Why are they going to fight hard to buy our bonds, buy our bills, buy any of our stuff? Why should they? And look at what's going on. Interest rates are up. Haven't I been yelling about that? Yeah, he's finally agreeing with me, Joe Volpicelli there. He's been hearing me talk about the interest rates for the longest time going, they're up. They're going. They're drifting up, and they just keep going, and they're not going to stop because, interest rates are up. Prices are up. Inflation is going to stay up a bit, whether it moves around today and tomorrow and goes down and goes up and does it over months, up, down, up, down. It makes it impossible for the Fed to be able to come in and try to help the economy. All it does is shake it up. More companies don't do investments. More companies just talk about investments and they don't make them. And then what happens? We've got a president who's really on the road only to put money in his pocket, only to put money in his family's pocket. Even Melania, she got what, $40 million with Amazon. Melania, yeah, she got it because she's Melania. She got it because she's a Trump. How about her meme coin? How much money did she make on that meme coin? How about the Trump meme coin? He made his money initially. They said all these people, I don't know how much he had. I mean, he probably did. His family probably did. And friends had it. It was like 17 cents or something. Went up to like $80. And all those guys got out real fast and made millions. All the bag holders came in and they got stuck with it. They go, well, we like Trump. We're stuck. Too bad. Meanwhile, when he goes, come on in and buy my meme coins, I'll let you have dinner with me on my personal time. I'll let you have dinner with me. A Chinese guy who's a crypto guy comes in with big cash. And I think the majority of the people there were foreigners. So Trump is having foreigners come in and pay him off. You can't call it anything less than that. It's out and out graft. You're going to have a Trump hotel in Saudi Arabia, a Trump hotel in the Qatar. You're going to have a Trump hotel in the UAE. Is that what's going on? We have all that going on. Think about it. He walks in. They had $2 billion given to him by UAE for this company that his sons and Litnick, the guy who appears to love Putin and think Putin's the greatest, and his kid, they put I think it was UAE or Qatar, put $2 billion into that. Think about that. Then they go and give us a plane, thank you, that they couldn't sell, which is supposedly worth $400 million, and now Trump wants the United States to pay $400 million more or $500 million to get it up to snuff for him. We don't have this money. What are we doing? What is going on? This is out and out. Stuff it in your pocket. Absolutely stuff it in your pocket. And nobody seems to care. It's like, oh, he's doing it. Why not? He's Trump. Right? This is out and out horrible. Well, I don't know. MG, don't do this. Look, MG, don't go out of the country. Stay here, MG. I assume you're a citizen. Stay here and bring your friends on our show. Let's talk about this kind of stuff. Don't run away. We have to take it on. We can't walk from this. It's like really crazy. The Europe gang, we like Europe. And like on our Sundays, we have these incredible amount of people come on, and we love it, and we always have Spartacus, our buddy. But you got this coming on. You're moving to Japan. Kermits, let me tell you, Japan's got their issues right now. The Prime Minister of Japan just said yesterday or the other day that their economy is no better than what Greece's was years ago when Greece was in trouble. Think about that. Goodbye, Japanese yen. Everything was whacked, knocked off. I mean, they're having enough trouble there. They may be going into a recession, helped by us, of course, to be going into a recession, to be doing all of this. And just so that's going on in Japan. And did you see Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac? You know, I always talk housing. How many times have I talked housing? You hear him talking today, yesterday Trump comes on, he's going to privatize Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And he's going to guarantee it. He's going to guarantee their debt. Now, understand something here. Let me give you a little history, Dr. V, okay? Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were what were called GSEs, government-sponsored enterprises. They were on the stock exchange and dealt with as a stock, Fannie and Freddie, each one, but they were GSEs, government-sponsored enterprises. And it was always implicitly understood that if something happened to Fannie or Freddie, the government would step in and take them over and do what has to be done. Now, that's history. I want you to understand that. So in, was it 2008 or whenever we had the crash, the recession, the government came in and took over Fannie and Freddie with their implicit guarantee. We started to hear something familiar. I just want you to get ready. Now, that was happening. Now, the government has been owning Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Remember what Fannie and Freddie do. You go get a loan, a 30-year loan or something. You get a Fannie or Freddie, it's called a conventional loan. You go get a Fannie or Freddie loan. Fannie takes your loan, puts it together with other loans, and sells them in the aftermarket, guarantees making those payments. So guys like Dr. V and others like them can make the big income coming in from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. You know how it works with the big boys. With the little guys like us, I'm with the little guys with you. I'm not the big guy like he is. So if they do that, okay. Now they have been taken over. They're in custodianship. But the stocks are still out there. Stocks went down to like $1 now. They're like up to $8 or $9. Get this. Suddenly, everybody's talking, let's privatize Fannie and Freddie. Not privatize, bring them out and make them public again. And the government is going to give an implicit guarantee. Have we heard that before? That never happened before, did it? So here we go. It's like nobody looks at it.
2007, 2008 again?
Yeah, it could lead to that because GSEs. So now they have, what's his name, Pulte, the guy, it seems like a nice enough guy. He's the guy, the head of FHFA and Federal Housing Finance Administration, I think, and they run Fannie and Freddie, and he's the chairman of both. And they say to him today, well, you may be coming out and selling stock or coming public. How does that help Americans? No answer. The answer is, well, you know, President Trump, he's really smart, and the stock will be worth a lot, and it can really take off, and President Trump understands this stuff, so we can move forward with it. But Fannie and Freddie is good, that's what he said, but Fannie and Freddie does a good job. So think about this. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are pumping cash into our treasury, pumping billions of dollars into the treasury, okay? They're saying, well, maybe the stock itself could be worth $1 trillion one day or billions or whatever. So they want to sell it. The government has a chunk of it. What's the government going to make? 200 billion, 300 billion, Joe? How much is that? That won't fix Trump's plane. That won't fix Trump's plane. Think about it. So they're saying this is what we're going to do. But they're not saying it's Trump. They're not saying it, which makes it really worrisome because nobody's talking about this. This will destroy housing. understand. You bring Fannie, how many times, I've been saying this for how long? You bring Fannie and Freddie back, you can say bye-bye to housing when it's owned by companies that are super wealth and will have an implicit guarantee from the United States government that everything they do will be backed. So who knows what they're going to put out there? Don't they, right? Remember, this happened before, Joe, during the big crash with the REOs and real estate owned, when the government took in all the properties or all those foreclosures because people couldn't make those payments. They set it up so that these big companies came in, they bought these loans, they put the loans out there and guaranteed, they say, we're going to pay you X amount of interest, and the government said, we'll guarantee it. Those guys made zillions. They got bigger and bigger and bigger, suddenly didn't need the guarantees. And they do this all the time. They buy all these properties at foreclosure. Let me ask you, you wonder why there's no properties for regular people? You wonder why there's nothing for people? Look, people aren't moving that fast. We have the low interest rates. But still, come on, who can afford? You can't compete with these guys at a foreclosure. You can't compete with these guys that are real estate owned. These lenders will own hundreds of them, and they're going to go, well, they give some chances to individuals coming in maybe to have a right to it, but generally the big guys come and say, I'm going to take on all these, and they walk, and now we have a whole bunch of new tenancies, new landlord, a landlord owns all these tenancies, rent everything. Who can buy the houses? You can't buy the houses. You can't buy the houses. So you're going to have, so they come in, make Fannie Mae private or public, whatever you want to call it, and you have now given guaranteed millions and hundreds of millions of dollars to investors who've been holding the stock. It'll move it up, and all it does is make it the way it was in the old days when Fannie and Freddie were GSEs, Joe. It's history totally going in a circle. It ain't rhyming. It's the same. And then years later, we'll find out that implicit guarantee will come in, and what's going to happen? The government will have to step in. You and me will be dead by then. But the government will have to step in. Well, hopefully we won't. Hopefully we'll have to see it. The government will step in, and all the taxpayers will pick it up, and we'll be right where we are. But nobody sees it. Listen to this guy. He's saying Fannie and Freddie's good. There may be some fraud. They can't find any. Fannie and Freddie's good. Fannie and Freddie's good. He keeps saying it. So why would you make it public? Except to make your friends rich. Very rich. Why do you have to break something that doesn't have to be broken? It works. Government has total control of Fannie and Freddie. Cash is pouring in. What are you doing it for, huh? Good time. You're doing good. We're hanging in, Todd. We're hanging in. We don't have enough people today, but that's okay. Sundays we rock. Sometimes we do it Wednesdays, we rock. Sometimes we don't. I think there's nothing hot out there today. But I'll tell you this, I want to get a little bit stronger on this because I know most people, since we're down to this, we can talk about it. Our foreign policy stinks. We've got a president who swore when he came in, he was going to end it in Ukraine, he was going to end it in Gaza in the Middle East, and it was all going to work out. And what has happened, Joe? Nothing. He went to the Mideast. He recognized Syria, which is okay, the Syrian government, but he only did it because Saudi Arabia said to him, we're giving you all this money. This is what we want you to do. We need you to do it. So what did Trump say? Sure. Why not? I'll let the guy from Syria who used to be an ISIS leader come on in and work with all of us. Look, the head of Syria is saying all the right things. He's saying he's become a good guy. So I say go with it, okay? But the only reason we're going with it is because Saudi Arabia, who gave Trump all this money, backing, and who knows what's going on. Let me ask you, do we even know what isn't being told to us? If all this cash is flying around, sloshing, coming out of the pockets, you don't think there's more cash hanging out there that we don't know about? You don't think there's not more cash going into everybody's pockets that we don't know about? Out and out corruption. Out and nobody cares. They sit there and they go, Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden? Who cares about Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden was nothing. He was a guy who had his name, ran out and said, give me money because I know my dad. Great. Tremendous. Okay? Didn't get too far, got in trouble, and had to be pardoned. Doesn't sound to me like he did too well. What do you think, Joe? So we've got that. But here we have these guys pumping millions, hundreds of millions into their pockets. hundreds of millions